I am Professor Savita Bodke and welcome to the first lecture of Project Management. I have launched a new series for the MMS Semester 4 and this is the first session of this series. This project management is a university paper, and what I have seen in a majority of the MMS colleges, the students are really scared of this subject. But trust me guys, this is a very interesting subject. So don't scared of this subject. Yes, this subject is having a lots of numericals, but this is a very interesting subject. So in this first lecture, we are going to understand that how easily you can score 60 out of 60 in this university paper. So first, I am going to discuss about the marks, duration and the passing marks. The total marks we are having is 60. The time duration for this paper is of 3 hours, that is 180 minutes, and the minimum passing marks is a 30 marks. Now, majority of the times, the students, those who are from the HR background or from the marketing background, they comes to me and ask to me that, ma'am, we are really scared of this subject because this is having lots of numericals and we just want to pass. Guys, though your aim is of the 30 marks only in this paper, still easily you can score the 60 out of 60. Trust me, because I'm going to guide you that how you have to actually study for this university paper. So first, we will discuss about the syllabus. As per the Mumbai University, we are having a first topic is of overview of project management. This topic is having both theory as well as practical. The second topic is project planning. Again, in this we are having theory as well as practical. The next topic is project scheduling and risk management. Again, this topic is having both theory and practical. Next topic is project organization. This is not having any practical. This is totally theoretical topic. Now the next one is earn value analysis. It is again having both theory and practical. Financial analysis, again most important topic from the project management point of view. It is having both theory and practical. And the last topic is computer applications and softwares for the project management. It is theory. So in this lecture, we are going to discuss that how we are going to study the theory as well as practical. But first, I'll start with the question paper pattern. Question number 1 in this project management is compulsory. It is having a weightage of 20 marks. So usually, what they do, they ask this question in 2 sub-questions, that is A and B, for the 10 marks and 10 marks. So whenever they are going to ask you in the 2 sub-questions, usually they ask you a practical. Only in 1 year, that is October 2018, they have asked 10 marks practical and 10 marks theory. But majority of the times, if you will go through the previous year's question papers, you will be able to see that they have asked the practical over here in question number 1, and the pattern was only 2 sub-questions they asked, and that was for the 10 marks and 10 marks. Now, whenever you will get the paper, for this question number 1, you have to spend only 60 minutes, that is 1 hour. Means, if in a question paper they have asked you the 2 sub-questions which are carrying 10 marks and 10 marks, then for the first sub-question you have to give 30 minutes, and for the next sub-question you have to give 30 minutes, that is half an hour. And suppose if they have asked you like that A, B, C, you have to attempt the 3 questions, that is A, B, C, then what you have to do, for the 10 marks questions, you have to solve that in a 30 minutes only. Guys, this is a university paper, so the time management is most important over here, because in that 3 hours you have to perform very well. You have to present your answers there for scoring the good marks in the good manner. So 30 minutes maximally you have to spend for this 10 marks question, and if they have asked you the 5 marks question, then for each 5 marks question you have to spend 15 minutes. Now the next one, then in our university question paper, they will ask you any 6 questions, means from the question number 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. The pattern will be same. Each question will have a 10 marks and a student has to attempt any 4 out of this 6. So you are having so much of internal options For the 60 marks of paper, you are having so much of internal option. Only question number 1 is compulsory, but for the remaining 40 marks, you are having so much of option over here. Again, in that individual question means, suppose if I am talking about the question number 2, then the pattern will be you have to again having lots of internal choice. That is, you have to select any one question out of the 3. This pattern will be same for the question number 2, means they will ask you that question number 2, solve any one out of this 3. Even for the question number 3 also, there will be the 3 questions and you have to solve any one question. Each question will be for the 10 marks. Now the time management for all the questions from the question number 2 till 7, you have to attempt any 4 questions from this 6 questions. So you have to spend maximum 25 minutes. Yes guys, for the 10 marks maximum you have to spend 25 minutes, not more than that. So you have to complete each and every question, whatever the 4 questions you are going to attempt for in 25 minutes. Now time management, again with the help of the chart I'll discuss. For the first question, you have to spend 1 hour because that is a sufficient time. We are having so much of time to solve this paper. So 60 minutes, that is 1 hour, you have to spend on the compulsory question, and out of the 6 you have to attempt any 4. So I have just given the number as question number 2, 3, 4, 5 like this. You can solve any question there in the final examination, and for each question you have to spend maximum 25 minutes. 25 minutes is sufficient time for the 10 marks question. Then the remaining 20 minutes you have to utilize for the reading and rectification of error. Being this is the numerical paper, sometimes we do the silly mistakes, so we have to rectify that. So please remember that 20 minutes extra time you have to save it over there. So for that first question you are going to spend 60 minutes, that is the 1 hour, and remaining question you have to complete in 25 minutes only, and 20 minutes you have to keep for reading and rectification of errors. So that is totally 180 minutes we are going to utilize properly in this project management university paper. Now the most important thing we are going to discuss. At the start of this lecture, I have discussed about the syllabus. I discussed even about the question number 1 also. Now over here, that point of time, I explain you about the theoretical and practical chapters. In case of the theory, we are having chapter number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. But for the practical, we are having a topics that is 1, 2, 3, 5 and 6. Guys, if you want to study the theory, the weightage of the theory in this paper is near about the 20 marks. And the practical, and on the basis of practical, you can solve the paper of 50 or even of 60 marks. Suppose in the compulsory question, if they are going to ask you the theory, then the maximum weightage will be of 10 marks there. So better I'll suggest the students that what you have to do, you focus more on the practical, means study this chapters only, and theory what you have to do, that also I am going to guide you guys. The first, understand that how you have to write down the answers in case of the theory. Suppose that is a question of the 10 marks, then you have to utilize a 3 single-sided pages of your answer sheet for the 10 marks. Yes, this much you have to write down, because what I have seen that majority of the students, those who are from the engineering background, they are like that, ma'am, we are just going to write down the bullet points in this project management and we will get the 10 out of 10. No guys, you have to write down this much for the 10 marks. And suppose if the question is of the 5 marks in case of the theory, then you have to write down 1.5 page, that is single-sided 1.5 page. Now those who wants to study for the theory, what I'll recommend, just go through the previous year's question papers, do this theory, whatever they have asked you in the previous year's question papers only. Don't focus that much on the theory because the weightage is very less as compared to the numericals, and numericals are not that much difficult. I'm going to solve each and every type of numerical in this series. So for the theory, whenever you want to go for the theory, please remember that you have to write down the point-wise answer. Whenever you will write down the answer, try to write down the meaning, definition whenever it is needed. Suppose they have asked you about the characteristics of project management. Though they have asked you the characteristics of project management, you have to write down what is project management, then the definition of project management for getting the good marks. If you will write down directly characteristics, yes, definitely they will give you marks. But if you want to score the maximum marks in the theory, then ideally you should write down the meaning and definition also whenever that is needed. Whenever needed, you have to draw the diagram and even a flow chart in case of the theory. Now the next one is your practical. Whenever we comes to the practical, a practical is giving you a guarantee of scoring out of out marks. Means suppose if I am going to attempt any question based on the practical which is having a weightage of 20 marks, if my all the steps are correct, definitely I am going to get 20 out of 20 marks. So for the practical, what we have to remember, we have to write down clearly formula. The formula should be correct. If our formula will be wrong, definitely all the steps are going to be wrong and you are not going to get even 1 marks also. And if you are able to recall only the formula and you don't remember anything, at least for the formula also you will get a marks. So formula, write down the correct formula, write down each and every step. Again, this is the problem with the engineering students. They are not writing each and every step. They are like that, ma'am, we have put a formula and directly I'm just going to specify the answer. No guys, this is not an engineering. This is a management study. So you have to write down the steps for getting the marks in the university paper. The most important, don't overwrite in case of the mistake. Majority of the students, what I have noticed, that whenever they are doing any mistake in a number, they do the overwriting. If you will do the overwriting, we are not able to understand that what number you have written over there. So whenever you are making any mistake, it's okay. We are a human being and every human being can make a mistake. So simply just strike out that mistake and again on the next line write down a correct number. So please remember that, avoid this overwriting in case of your practical. Now come to the most important thing, that is study plan for this July 2020 examination. As already we are aware that the UGC has given a guidelines to the every university in India that the examinations are going to conducted in the month of the July only. So we are having exam in the month of July. The date, yet no one knows that on which day the exam will be over there. But we are already aware that our exam will be in the month of this July. So for that, what I am going to do, I am going to guide you via YouTube lectures. Every day I am going to upload a lecture for this project management till your examination. Then I am not going to cover up any theory. All will be the practical. My focus will be on the practical because I feel that yes, you should understand the practical, and practical is giving you 100% guarantee of scoring the maximum marks. The first, I'll start with the simple problems because majority of the students are coming from the non-commerce background. So I'll first start with the simple problem, then I'll move on to the difficult problems, and the most important thing, I'm going to solve all the questions they have asked in the previous university question papers. That is most important thing. And the additional information for you guys, always remember that we have to refer the past year's question papers in case of university papers. So if you want that previous year's question papers and the notes of this project management at free of cost, you can visit to my website scoreachievers.com and you can get all the notes of project management and the previous year's question papers along with the solution on my website. So guys, I hope that you have understood that scoring a maximum marks in the project management is not difficult at all, and I'm going to guide you over here on the YouTube for this project management. So definitely you are going to score the out of marks, and all the best guys for your studies. We are going to start from the today. We are having enough time now for the July 2020 examination. If you are having any queries, you can comment below or you can WhatsApp me. I'll solve each and every query of project management. All the best once again guys. Bye.